All right, 1, 2.
Oh, today's Tuesday.
1, 2. Oh, this is the way zoomed in. That's why.
Doesn't have a limit, but the highest one ever recorded was 9.5.
The Richter scale is a logarithmic. I was sure that thing only went up to like 6.
But it doesn't have an upper limit. You said 10.
Oh, no, I just, yeah.
No, but he's saying we were way up. I was sure that thing only went up to like a 6.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's...
Well, like, wasn't the one in Haiti like an 8 or something?
The highest ever recorded was 9.5 in Chile in 1930.
What else do they give numbers to? I feel like there's a limit of 6 on something.
Yeah, it might be hurricanes.
Maybe it's tornadoes.
Or that.
I'll bet it's tornadoes. It's tornadoes because of the F5 and F.
Oh, yeah.
It's tornadoes.
Okay.
You have your clipper on?
I do.
Are we recording?
We are recording.
So they heard my...
Yep.
Oh, good.
Wait, so did they just see our,
Yes, they did. Okay, types of data. Yeah, it's the tornado.
Fun fact for the day.
Yes. Okay, when you collect data, it's going to fall into one of 2 categories. And the categories are qualitative data and quantitative data.
That sounds awesome.
Just vocabulary. Qualitative. What's the underlying word in there? Quality. I always got to think about this. Quality. Some kind of quality. Nice, mean, quality. Versus quantitative.
Why do you have to do that? Just write
What?
the definition.
Be patient. I'd like to compare them. What's the underlying word in quantitative? Quantity and amount.
Quality over quantity.
Yep. So a quality is some kind of an attribute, a label, something that's non-numerical. So we're talking an attribute. Keenan, what do you need? You done? Another question.
I got a question.
What do you got?
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if you're doing a video.
Well, I am, but that's okay.
Sorry. I did this, but I'm supposed to get that.
Yep,
I
mm-hmm.
got
To get something
20.
in there. Oh, yeah, that's way off.
Yeah.
Where's your work at?
I did on.
Well, there's the problem. You need to write some stuff down. Then I can maybe guide you in the right direction.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take. I take this. And
Yep.
I'm plugging in 1 and 4.
To get the points. So then once you have the ordered pairs, you want an ordered pair. The 2 points, so that you can do rise over run, find the slope of that secant line.
2 minutes early, and I was sweating.
Okay, when I plugged it in, I got like 5.5 and 20.
Everything was sweating. So.
Into your function, when you put 1 in here,
Yeah.
5.5, yep.
And then I got 28.
Oh, why is that coming up? I thought this was right. Maybe this is wrong.
Literally in the room.
Where'd this come from?
I took the slope.
We're doing G is the antiderivative of F.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Yeah.
G is
Antiderivative?
yep. G is an indefinite integral. G is the antiderivative of F. There you go.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Here's your blue sheet if you want it. Attribute. Okay, I'm back. Label. Non.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, I'm so excited.
Numerical. Okay, quality, some kind of quality. Attribute, label, it's a number, non-numerical value. But you're going to see where some numbers do fall into the qualitative. So quantitative is a numerical amount.
Oh, I thought.
So our first example. I'm going to look at the, here's some data that was gathered for me. The Gladstone Braves 2014-15 boys basketball and cheerleader roster here. So let's take a look at what they gathered.
Wait, what?
Okay? Take a look at this roster here. I just highlighted the ones that I actually have. They've given me a number. What's this number?
Well,
What's this number representing?
The
what
grade
number?
number?
What number they
Is
are?
this their grade?
Oh, the jersey number.
The jersey number. We've got their name. We've got their position. their height, and their grade. So there's 5 things that they've gathered. Okay, let's go with name first. Is the name a qualitative value or a quantitative value?
Qualitative.
Qualitative, it's a name. Their position,
Guard.
that is a qualitative value. Their height,
Quantitative.
that's quantitative, that's an amount of how tall they are. Their grade, quantitative, how many years they are in school, how many years of school. How about their number?
Qualitative.
That is a qualitative. That's like their name on the floor. This 10 doesn't mean 10 of something. That's just their name. So don't think every time you see a number, it's automatically a quantity.
So height would be quantitative.
Height would be a quantity, because how tall, it's an amount of how tall they are. The grade, how many years they are, it's an amount. But this number, this 12, doesn't mean 12 of something. It's like their name on the floor. So this is not a quantity, it's a quality. I gotta think about that all the time. So, do we want to write some of those down? Let's see, so we had the roster, where under the roster we had their number, their name, their position, their height, and their grade. So I just want you to be able to tell me whether these are qualitative pieces of data or quantitative pieces of data.
What does that say before the GR?
Height, HT. Okay. So what did we say their player number was? Qualitative or qual? It's a qualitative value. Qual. Name. Qual. Position. Qual. Height. Quant.
What did I miss? I missed position.
And grade. Quant. Just put it on the end. Are you good with probably distinguishing between?
that's quant?
Yep. Grade, how many years? That amount, that 11 means something. That 12 means 12 years in school. It's an amount of something.
Oh.
It is an amount.
Gotcha.
So if it's an amount of something, it's a quantity. If it's just a number that's representing some kind of a name, then that's a qualitative piece of data. Okay, now here's the tricky ones. There's 4 of these, and that's all there is. Okay, the levels, so 2 types of data. Now the levels of measurement. Levels of measurement. This is still the data that we're collecting. We're going to go from the lowest level to the highest level. Lowest to highest. Okay, the lowest level, this is called nominal data. Okay, nominal data is qualitative only. Can't have any quantities here. It's qualitative data only. And the only thing you can do with this data is put it in a category. Put in a category. Okay, let's go to number 2. Leave a little space here. Leave a line. We're going to write down which of these up here are nominal in a minute. So leave one line to write things in there. That way? Okay. The next level up is ordinal. This can be qualitative or quantitative. what you can do at this level, yes, you can put it in a category, but then you can put them in some kind of meaningful order. So you can categorize, and then put in a meaningful order.
Oh, shut the door, Keeney.
Wait, is that,
I mean, you can say it if you want.
only for standard?
I gotta go.
No, these are the,
Gotta say it.
this is what you can do with stuff at this level. I'm just saying it can be qualitative or quantitative, but this is what I can do with ordinal data. I can categorize it and I can put it in some kind of meaningful order. I cannot subtract and find meaningful differences.
Subtract and go into nominal.
What? No, it has nothing. All I can do there is put it in a category.
What's the difference?
Differences. Differences. Oh yeah, I keep sliding over. Okay. So, we're going to go with our qualitative data, because if it's qualitative data, it has to fall in one of these two levels. Because when we go to the third level, we're going to leave all qualitative data behind. So, all of these ones that say qualitative have to fall in one of these two categories. So, let's start with their name. They've already been categorized under, it's a category of names. So, obviously everything's categorized. So, is a name at the nominal level or ordinal level? Do you think?
Nominal.
Is there any meaningful order I can put names in besides alphabetical order? That's not meaningful. So there's not.
That's kind of meaningful.
It's not though. Alphabetic doesn't count as meaningful.
Well, besides alphabetical, you could place people's names in a meaningful order.
What would that meaning be? It'd have to be the same meaning for everybody.
It wouldn't be by name if it was by height. Most important beliefs.
Yeah.
That was your opinion.
People that I like.
Yeah, that's your opinion. So, the names are going here. Let's go to player number. Player number. Not meaningful to put them in numerical order. Well, they're not really numbers, they're names. So again, there's no meaningful order there. So their player number, their position.
I mean, I guess if you group them together
And then that's just categorizing. You're putting all your guards together and all your that's just grouping them in a category.
Not really.
There's no order there, like a guard is, there's no progression there to a guard, to a forward, or whatever else they have. So position. And we're going to leave height is way higher than one of these two. And grade would be, is there a meaningful order there for grade?
Yeah.
Does 11th to 12th to 9th, does that mean something to everybody? There's absolutely. So there is a progression there. Oh, but I can subtract grades, can I? If I took a 12th grade minus 10th grade, what's that telling me? There's a,
So you have a junior.
yeah, but it's telling me how many years apart they are. That does mean something. We're not going there. That's at the next level up.
Yes, my case, you want to look at me like
Yep.
that some more? And you'll get it.
Okay, I'm going to give you some ordinal ones that then will make sense.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. I'm going to put some ordinals in here that'll make sense to you. Yeah.
Did you just assume that since it's quantitative, that it automatically goes into ordinal because nominal?
No, there's two more that are going to be quantitative also. There's 4 levels. So when it comes to quantitative, you're going to have 3 choices, which makes it a little bit tricky. But I'm going to give you some here, not on this, but think about the Olympics. Gold, silver, bronze. Is there? Those are what qualitative or quantitative? Gold, silver, bronze.
Qualitative.
Qualitative, but is there a meaningful order there? Gold, silver, bronze. Does that mean something to everybody?
Yes.
First, second, third. So your gold, silver, bronze would be an example of think about movies. How could I categorize movies besides that way?
Like the first, second, and third.
No,
Trilogy.
no.
How many of them?
They put them out on the, even on the sign, you'll see the name of the movie and what else is there to tell you something about it. All of them.
Stars.
No,
Five stars.
no, not the stars. The ratings. What kind of ratings do we have for movies?
R.
R,
PG-13.
PG-13,
NC-17.
PG, all the way down to G. So those movie ratings,
NC-17. That's a rating.
is there a meaningful progression there?
No, it's no children 17.
No,
That's
no,
R.
no, there's
No, it's also called NC-17. It's above R. That's why you never see it. Look it up. That's called.
Movie ratings. There's a meaningful order you can put them in.
Look, I'm not kidding.
So this gold, silver, bronze, any kind of rankings would fall in here. First, second, third. So if you can put them into a meaningful order, they're at the ordinal level. Yep, right now. Moving on to the other two. This stuff.
Wait, that's Spanish.
I don't know where that came from. I must have got it out of the copy room. Okay. The next level up is the interval level.
This word's just off.
Interval level, quantitative only. Okay, so everything we can do below this level, everything you can do at the beginning level goes all the way through, and then we add some on. So we can put this stuff in a category. We can put them in a meaningful order. And we can find meaningful differences. And then there's one special thing in here. A 0 in this data set would represent a position. It does not mean none. So, there's not a lot of data at the interval level. I'm going to tell you the common ones, and that's about it. Okay, the biggest place where I think you'll agree a 0 does not mean none, it's just kind of like a placeholder, is our temperature scale. When we say 0 degrees outside, it doesn't mean there's no temperature outside. It's just that arbitrary spot where, if we're on Celsius, they picked, well, it's not really arbitrary, they picked where the water freezes, but on the Fahrenheit scale, what's 0 degrees mean there?
0 degrees.
Just 0 degrees. It doesn't mean none. It's just that position between on the thermometer. So your temperatures, any temperatures would be at the interval level. Celsius, Fahrenheit. Some other things we've come up with in the past. On the globe, you got those lines, the up and down ones and these ones. Latitude and longitude. Again, those zeros are just placeholders. Zeros at the equator and then 0 on the prime meridian thing. So latitude, longitude lines.
Would age be one of these?
No. That's going to be at the highest.
Because if you're 0, then you don't exist.
It does mean none. I have no years of life.
See?
Latitude and longitude. The years are dates. If we had a year 0, that would be a placeholder. We don't have one, but again, it doesn't mean no time. It's just our starting point. Starting counting time now. Like yeah, our year 2015. If we back up, would there be a 0 year there? Would it be what? Nope.
You can't be like a before age, like before 0, like latitude and longitude, they go in opposite ways from 0.
Okay. And I've seen zeros when I've been shopping that make me kind of crabby. What am I talking about? Not price. Those make me happy. Pants shopping? Who's a size 0? Really?
They make like 000 now. It makes me just want to die.
So there's no size to that. I mean, the 0 doesn't mean there's no size. It's just, oh, this is size 0, and then we go from there. It's a starting point. So things like that. And then our highest level is the ratio level. Obviously quantitative only. And we can do everything with the categories before it, or with the levels before it. We can categorize. We can put in order. We can subtract and find differences. And here we can find ratios.
You're gonna have to move it up.
Yep. Find ratios. And all I want you to do on this one, and you're going to start high. When you start with one of these and say, what level is it at? Start at the highest and work your way backwards. So what you want to ask yourself is, can A be twice as much as B, and have that make sense? I'll tell you what that means in a minute. And here you can tell the difference. Here a 0 does mean none. 0 in this data set means none. None of something. Oh, this is called an inherent 0. That was a new word to me. Inherent. And the other one is a non-inherent 0. Probably not. I'm just going to have you pick between the 4 levels here. So examples here, let's say I'm comparing salaries among people, different professions. Or the different salaries for the jobs around town here for you guys that you're in. Could someone potentially make twice as much money as someone else at a job?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That tells you that you're at that highest level. Can something be twice as much as something? Could someone make no money per hour? Does it mean none?
Someone could be twice as old as you.
Yes, age. Someone can be twice as old as you are. So just ask yourself, is it possible for one of these values to be twice as much as another and have it mean something? And again, start high, check the ratio level. If that's not it, then work your way backwards. You don't want to start low because you're going to answer yes right away. But it could have other characteristics that put it up at a higher level. So let me just throw a bunch of these out there and see if you can pick which level they're at. This will tell us.
Are we doing this verbally or what?
No, I'm going to write them down. This is the last thing I've got for you.
You want us to write these down?
Yep. So this is our example 2. Which level? Oh, should we say what type also? Let's do both. What type and then which level? So we'll pick qualitative or quantitative, then we'll pick the level.
Okay.
All right, first one. I'm going to record a bunch of eye colors. How many people have each type of eye color? I'll put it in a nice little bar graph. So I'm collecting eye color from people and then just saying how many there are afterwards. So is this qualitative or quantitative?
Quantitative.
Is this a number or is this a non-number? So this is a quality, so this is qualitative.
Okay. You're collecting the amount of number of people though.
That does, no, I'm not, I'm gathering, when I ask you, all I want is what color are your eyes? Then I just count what I've got afterwards. That's just the outcome. So I'm collecting eye colors. Okay, so that's a qualitative. So you have 2 options. Now it's a 50-50. Qualitative stops at nominal and ordinal. And the difference is, at ordinal, there's a meaningful order I can put these eye colors in. Is there a meaningful order for eye color?
No.
It's not.
Because it's what?
Because it's
Not one's better than the other.
Right. There's blue, green, hazel, brown. Is there a meaningful order for these colors? Does that mean something for everybody? I don't think so. We can have our opinions, but not meaningful for everybody. So this would be at nominal level. Okay, I'm going to go around and ask student ages. How old are you? Nice. Come on, Lexi.
Quantitative.
Okay, we definitely have quantities here. When I ask you how old you are, how old you are, how old you are, then I'm going to put them in categories and see how many I've got in each category, but that's okay. Ages are quantities. So you've got 3 options. Start high. Start at the ratio level. Can someone be twice as old as someone else?
Yes.
So what level are we at?
Ratio.
Ratio. Start high, work your way backwards. Temperatures for last week. Going to make a little connect the dot graph for the temperatures last week. Maybe for the last 10 days we'll go with. So each day I record a temperature. What level am I at? Oh, first of all, am I qualitative or quantitative?
Quantitative.
I'm at quantity.
And interval.
Temperatures are always at the interval. That's the most common one. Temperatures and dates. Interval. I'm going to go with, oh, this is a good one. The milligrams of tar in different cigarette brands. Yeah, you'll see because this is a college textbook, so they go with different things that, typically went to in a high school textbook, and this is one of them.
Our stats book is a college book.
Yep.
It's elementary.
I know, but it is a college. So was your trig book. That was a college textbook also. Both of these are college textbooks.
Wow.
Yep, you're smart.
I'm going to go with quantitative.
It is quantitative. Now, what level do you think you're at?
Ratio.
Are you at the ratio level? Ask yourself the question, could one cigarette have twice as much tar as another cigarette?
Yeah.
That's all you got to ask yourself every time. Does 0 grams of tar mean no tar in it? Yes. We're at the highest level, we're at the interval level.
It really made me question my life for a minute.
Wait.
Oh.
Interval?
No,
I got deep.
no.
Oh, no, sorry, ratio. Whew, ratio. Ratio, I knew that. Ratio.
You done?
I think we get it.
One more.
Oh.
Survey. Okay, some question, I don't even know what my question would be. I'm going to ask you, do you agree with my question? Somewhat agree. Should Obama go with the free community college for everybody? Disagree.
I feel like that put a really damper on our economy.
Strongly disagree.
I already heard stuff.
Should Obama have free community college for everybody?
Well, it's only 2 years.
Yeah, but I feel like that would really mess up our economy.
So, there's your choices, and then I would just do how many people picked each one. But my answers the data that I'm gathering are I agree, somewhat agree, disagree, strongly disagree. So is this data qualitative or quantitative?
Quantitative.
Qualitative.
This is qualitative. I'm gathering these words. How many that doesn't matter. I'm not gathering how many, I'm gathering the words. Which box did you check? So this is qualitative. What level is this at? Qualitative, you only have two options. Is there a meaningful order here?
Yes.
From agree to somewhat agree to disagree. That is a meaningful progression through there. So this is ordinal. Okay. So just vocabulary today. The two beginning ones, qualitative, quantitative, and then the 4 levels. Assignment. That's page 12, 1 through 22.